is Holly Baglio, your hostess with the mostest, keeping Yahusha Messiah the focus. And I am broadcasting to you live from Spirit Force Studios right here in my beautiful garden home state of Nazi, New Jersey. Fourth Reich Rising. I want my HTV. Boy, that sounds rough. Hang on a second. I want a second try at that. I want my HTV. I lost my other sound effects. I would have really enjoyed to have that sound effect where it's a standing ovation with cheers and whistles. That way I could have played that sound effect and then said, Heavenly Abba Yahuwah, all worship, all praise, all honor, all glory, all praise, all love, all glory, all worship, all praise, all worship, all glory, all honor, and all love be to you and only to you in Yahushua Mashiach's Shem, Selah. So anyway, yesterday I tried to run a video, but it did not turn out the way I really wanted it to. Sometimes during late in the day, I get a little too overtired. And I've been quite busy. There's been a lot of stuff going on the home front. I've been on YouTube a lot, running Hollyathons and spending a couple of hours there talking about various topics from dreams and visions to paranormal experiences. But I'm thinking that I'm going to come here and do that with you guys more often. It's been a while. And maybe, if I start coming here, I'll gain a schedule and you guys can always expect to see me here on a daily basis, which would be great. I am going to mirror this either on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. But right now I'm mirroring it on YouTube. And I'd like to pause and say, hey, Doug, Yahusha Barukas, how are you? So anyway, I don't really have a topic. I just thought that maybe I could come and preach and take about 30 hours that I spent on HTV, Holly Television, and maybe break it down into about an hour. And I feel I made some good points when it came to our Creator. And I'd like to make those points here on internet radio. So for people that are looking to find me on internet radio, if you go to iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Podmaster, Podbean, and any other podcasting platform, just look up Spirit Force. Spirit Force. And under there, scroll down and you will see my face and the title to my video, which will be the same title that I mirror it on YouTube or Facebook with. And I'll pause again and say, good afternoon, Mark. How are you? Other than that, guys, if you want to know about your Creator, take out the middleman. Get rid of the online churches or online ministries, face-to-face churches, middlemen, so-called believers. Get rid of them and go to your Creator directly for yourself. Meet him for yourself. If you think going to church, if you think you're going to find Heavenly Abba by going to church, you're sadly mistaken. All you're going to get at church and synagogues is churchanity, religion. And I'm anti-religion and anti-religious. It's about having a relationship And there's a big difference because you may go to church and they might say, yeah, it's about having a relationship. Yet on Sundays, you're going there to see them. You're not going to see Heavenly Abba. I'd like to pause a moment and say, hey, Joni, thank you all for joining me. I'm really humbled and appreciative. So, you know where I met Heavenly Abba? Abba means father, and I like the word Abba, so if you don't mind, that's what I call him. I am not a new believer. I just celebrated my 10-year anniversary with Yahusha, my golden bow, back this past December. So I'm not a new believer, but I'd like to try to speak to new believers, people that are turning back and coming to Abba, people that have never met Abba and want to meet their creator. If I can get you guys talking to him, then I have accomplished my mission. That's my goal. Because I know once you start talking to him, you're going to meet his sense of humor and you're going to fall absolutely head over heels in love with him. It's not just you having a thirst, but he also gives you that thirst and passion. So I met Abba in spiritual warfare. I met Abba when I was at the end of my chain. I started seeking Abba December 2011. And I was in 2012 and 2013, I was looking up the New World Order, what was going on about the world around me. And I would see these videos that kept saying, Yahusha is the truth. He is the life. He is the way. Yahusha's the way. Yahusha. Yahusha is Yahusha, who is crucified. When he returns, he will have a third and new name that no one knows yet. Yahuwah on the throne is YHWH, which means behold the hand, behold the nail, and that is Yahuwah, YAHUAH. So I asked Abba, I said to him back at the beginning of meeting him, I said, I know that God is a title. What's your name? And he said, I'll give you a hint. It's 4 letters. And I was like, oh, Abba, that's easy. Or I said, oh, that's easy. Abba, ABBA, Abba. And he chuckled and he said, Holly, yes, I am your Abba, meaning father. Yes, I am your Abba, but that's not my name. So from there, I went on a 2 or 3 month adventure to figure out his name. And online, I was bumping into these messianic rabbis. And he tells us, don't listen to any man that calls themselves a rabbi. Let me, Yahusha, be your rabbi. Let me rule over you. Let me teach you. Come to me for everything. And don't feel guilty to go to him for everything. He wants you to. If you ever feel guilty or distant from Abba, that's a demonic attack directly from the kingdom of darkness. They don't want heaven, but they're not going to let you have it either. So these demons will attack and try to make you feel as if Abba is boring or as if Abba's a chore. Demons cause depression. Demons cause anxiety and panic, laziness, unmotivation. Bind and cast it away in Yahusha's name. Spiritual warfare is the one thing that churches never teach you. I spoke at Pillar University and I worked with a couple of Dina's students, and we created a course, Who is Jesus Today? And then there's a professor from a seminary college. He said, Holly, I'm a professor at a 4-year seminary college, and we do not teach our students spiritual warfare. I'm creating a spiritual warfare class based off of your testimony to present it to my students. So they learn some sort of spiritual warfare, because in these colleges, they don't teach it. And at the end of these seminary colleges, they just automatically ordain you as if it's a part of your college degree. It's not really heartfelt. Excuse me that I get off on tangents, but I got out of the dumps December 2011, but I had not woken up to all of that until 2014. However, in 2012 and 2013, I was seeking Abba. That's right. So I came back to him 2 or 3 months later and I said, Abba, your name is Yahweh. YHWH. Behold the hand, behold the nail. He said, yes. Good. Now go use my name. That's important. He told me, use my name. Look, I put on makeup for you guys, a little bit of eyeliner. Tried to straighten up my hair, but it kind of looks good. Messy. No. So while I'm speaking to him, I said, you know what? I don't believe your name was Jesus. It doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense. How did you hear your name spoken when you walked the face of the earth before you were crucified? And he point blank told me, Yahusha. Yahusha. Well, stupid me, about 6 months, 8 months later, I walked into someone's temple and they basically said, ha, 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 that's so cute, Holly. You call him Yahusha. Once you get to know him better, you'll call him Yeshua. And it was a Messianic rabbi. So stupid me starts listening to this Messianic rabbi instead of my great grand almighty King of Kings, I am, creator, savior, and current companion. Yep, I made that mistake. I listened to someone else. Guys, learn from my mistakes. Don't do that. When Abba tells you something, stick with it. And we need his name. We need to speak his name. There is a lack of his name being spoken in the world. I was actually given the boot from a platform because I would not stop saying Yahuwah. I don't call my father by his first name. Why do you call yours by his first name, Holly? Holly, his name is so hallowed that you're not allowed to say it yourself. No, there's a Jewish doctrine that says that Heavenly Abba's name is so holy that nobody can say it. Well, that's obviously bad doctrine because it's only his name that heals and cures. It's only his name that gets rid of demons. And he's only got one name. And yes, it does matter. Someone came in my chat room the other day. Oh, Holly, you're focused on unimportant things. Unimportant things? No, then I've asked Abba for wisdom, insight, understanding, and knowledge. And he told me his name. And he told me to use it. It is important. Now, these other deities, gods or goddesses, they have 82 names each. Yahuwah only has one. And this is paramount. This is what he's taught me. To be on the narrow path, we are to put the Bible into practice, not just read and listen, but put it into practice. And that's what people don't do. He told me the importance of his name. He's only got one. I'll give you an example. The beast of the sea goes by, well, so far we've figured out 5 names, I believe. Beast of the sea, also known as Osiris, also known as Apollyon, also known as Abaddon, also known as Gilgamesh. That's 5 different names for one entity. Those pagan gods and goddesses do that on purpose, so that way we're bound to wind up falling for the same one and believing in the same one, thinking that it's a better god or goddess. And it's not, it's the same one. It does matter. When Yahushua walked the face of the earth before his crucifixion, he spoke ancient psalms. How do I know? Easy. I asked him with prayer and fasting, but also when we look at our Bible, Psalms 119, it's Hebrew. There's no V's, no J's, and no E's. And when he walked the face of the earth, it was not possible to call him Jesus and Jehovah, because in the Hebrew he spoke, it had no J's and E's or V's. There were W's and they used A's. Yahuwah is on the throne. When he came to earth and was born, we called him Yahusha. He was crucified, died for the world's sins, went to hell, resurrected, and only because he's a Lua did he ascend to heaven. In spirit, his Ruach descended, and that's our companion, which is him. It's just he's invisible, but he's with us right now. When he physically returns, he's going to have a new name, but we don't know what that new name is. I bet you it's going to have Yah in it. It matters, and that's why they took his name away from us, so that way we would not heal. We would not get rid of demons. Oh, Holly, when I do spiritual warfare, I use Jesus' name, even though I know his name's Yahusha. But I'm just comfortable to call him Jesus, so I'm going to stick with it. Okay, well, that's the spirit of rebellion. You're not submitting to him. That's terrible. Go treat your spouse like that. Go start calling your spouse by a different name. Guaranteed you're divorced in under 24 hours. Why does it matter that you get your wedding anniversary and your spouse's name right? But when it comes to your very creator, the very man, the very Alua that died for you, you don't care. You're just flagrant. Or there's people out there that don't care. There's people that are just flagrant. I'm not trying to say you, the listener. I apologize because I word myself roughly. That's not surrendering and submitting to him at all. You know the truth, but you don't want to act on it. That's the very definition of backslidden. You know his name isn't Yahusha, but you're going to insist upon calling him Jesus. Listen, there's this big fat thing called spiritual warfare that colleges, universities, churches, online ministries, they don't teach you. And that's spiritual warfare. I can teach you spiritual warfare in under 15 minutes. By the time I get done with you, you'll be a pro. It's really easy, and it's that important. People don't realize how important it is. We go through spiritual warfare constantly. Just because you may not see these demons, you do see the aftermath of these demons. You see a person sitting there in depression. You see a person sitting there in a chair unable to get out. That's the aftermath of a demonic attack, but we can still go to that person and help them up and help them. But spiritual warfare is huge. Yes, it took me about 3 weeks to get used to calling him Yahusha. I kept fumbling over my words, but then once I got it down pat, I was like, yes. Plus, in spiritual warfare, there's this fake Jesus. Oh, but Holly, if there's a fake one, there's a real one. No. Jesus. I don't even want to say that name because I only want Yahuwah and Yahusha's name coming out of my mouth and to give them honor. I do not want to give honor to these imposters and other fallen entities, fallen angels and demons. But Jesus is an imposter to my Savior. I know the difference. Every time there's a real eclipse on like April 8, 2024, Jesus and his legions attack me. That is an imposter to my Savior, Yahusha. I have 10 years in. I'm not a new believer. There's people, oh, Holly, I got 50 years. I got 60 years. Yeah. And all you know is religiousness, legalism, and traditions. All you have is 40, 50, 60 years of being programmed to listen to the wrong voice. You're listening to a voice that's telling you the name doesn't matter. Did you ever take a week, 7 days with prayer and fasting and go before Abba and say, my creator, my everything? What's your name? What's your name? What are you like? Who are you? I know that you're an Alua. Alua means God, but I don't want to say God because I don't want to summon some fallen entity. I'd rather say Alua, Aluah. My buzzer's going off. I'm cooking chicken. For internet radio, you're just going to be a quick pause, but I'll be right back. For YouTube, the chat room, they're going to have to go to the kitchen with me. I love you. I'll be right back. Shut up. The other night I was so upset because I left a pound of chicken out. Oh, it came out so delicious too. But I forgot and left it out on the stove. I was so upset because the next morning I had to throw it out. Oh, wow, look at that. Ooh, it's definitely overcooked. Well, I wouldn't say overcooked, but it's definitely cooked. Mm. That got up real hot. That got up to, it's only supposed to be 160, right? Yeah, that got up. Well, that says just 160. This other piece said it was like 175. Okay, now I'm right on point. I'm right on point with it. I don't know. I might need a little more sugar. Sugar. That's the secret recipe. Joni's like, Holly, I cannot believe you're Sicilian and that's what you eat. You are a disgrace to your culture, to your people. Sugar. You guys are like, what's she doing? What am I doing? It's just, well, number one, the acidity will be taken out and I won't have as much, right? I won't have as much heartburn. But I like my sauce. I like my sauce a little bit runny anyway. I don't know if I put enough sugar in now. I really don't. I think I might need more. You know, I'll just leave it the way it is. And now we have to put mozzarella cheese. You're still here, Tony. All right. Now I probably should have sliced the mozzarella cheese instead of shredding it, but I didn't. So let me stack it on. Le chefette Hole. Hole. Le chefette Hole. I make a good chef. Hey, Blazing, what are you doing? Not enough to share. That's what I'm making, is not enough to share. Nope. I'm making sure I'm only making enough for me. Chicken Parmesan, but not breaded. I did not bread the chicken breast. I just took the chicken breast with my store-bought tomato sauce. I sprinkled some sugar on it. I baked it. Well, it's a glass pan. I don't have aluminum pans or anything. And anyway, so I basically slow cooked my chicken breast. I slow cooked my chicken breast in tomato sauce for an hour and 15 minutes. And now I just put mozzarella cheese on it. And I'm going to put it in the oven for another 15 minutes. And then I'm going to pig out. But I'm running a broadcast right now on internet radios. No more sugar. No, it's a secret ingredient, Joni. Let me screw up my own pan, okay, Joni? Just, I'll be happy when I do. I'll be right back. I'm cooking for the lady downstairs. The other caregivers cannot make it up, but I'm here. That's what's so convenient about everything. But I'm responsible for dinner. She wants eggs and toast. I could always give her a piece of my chicken and maybe make a biscuit with it. I have these kind of biscuits. They're all right. They're all right. You know, the lobster. I guess I could offer and be like, listen, if you want eggs and toast, I'll make it for you tomorrow night. And then I could call my friend and I could tell her, listen, don't bother coming up tomorrow because I told her I'd cook her dinner. How long is it going to take to cook? 30 minutes. already 4 o'clock. Oh, I gotta set the timer. I almost forgot. Wait, so what do I have to do? 30 minutes for how long? 350. But I cannot cook them at the same time as the chicken. The chicken's going to be hot anyway. That's what I'll do. Because I got to get rid of this stuff. My safe house, we don't have a fridge. So what's this stuff? So I got to put 2 tablespoons of butter. So I need 2 tablespoons of butter. That's not like perfectly square butter though. Because I use some of that. I guess I gotta mix up. I just don't. No, Joni. Hello, Sonia. How are you? No. Don't you dare try to disown me. I'm not gonna let you disown me, Joni. No, I didn't. No. Now listen, I've been disowned before, Joni, by people, but I'm not letting you disown me. You're going to be the exception to all that. You're not no, you're not. No. Not getting rid of me that easy. Nope. Well, I still own you, Joni. Even though you disown me, I still own you. Got it? Good. All right, so these have to bake for 25 minutes. We'll say 20 minutes because I made them once before. All right. Come on, break apart. I do not want to share my chicken parmesan at all. But if it gets me out of having to cook a second time, I will. And then I think that's a good idea. Then I can tell the other caregivers don't bother coming tomorrow because I'll cook her dinner tomorrow. I'll make her eggs and toast tomorrow. All right, so I still have to finish the broadcast. We're right in the middle of an internet radio broadcast. Don't go running off so fast, people. Even once my food gets done. Okay, so these are the seasonings. There's a little season packet, and you have to mix it in with butter. And then once the biscuits are done, you take 1 1/4 teaspoon and you drip it over the biscuits. Too bad I didn't have a little bit smaller of a container. All right, so that's done. All right, I can't do anything with them yet. All right, so I got 10 minutes. Let's go broadcast for a minute. All right. Never tasted biscuit. And I'm back, and I remembered to press the right button so I can continue recording. So when it comes to, excuse me, so when it comes to Heavenly Abba, go straight to him. At the very beginning, before I even woke up from MK Ultra, I was seeking the truth, waking up to the world around me. But when I kept seeing these videos that kept saying, Yahusha's the way, Yahusha's the way, I thought to myself, yeah, I know, but how is he the way? He says, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. Now, once you meet him and you know he's real, it's not a belief. It becomes a lifestyle. It's a way of life. He is the truth, meaning you will only ever get the truth from him. You can rely on his words literally in the Bible because he says exactly what he means. The problem is other people don't want a God of action. They want that God that makes sweet little metaphors and everybody gets into heaven. But that's not how our Creator works. He says exactly what he means. But I kept saying he's the way. So finally, I turned to him in 2013 and I got down on my knees and I was like, Abba, you know, I've gotten out of these terrible relationships. Thanks to you. I would like to also come off my prescription medications. But Abba, I don't see a future for me. I see a long, cold, dark road. And I've always heard about people that get callings. Well, I've always wanted to find you for myself. I want a life with you. I want to serve you. Well, he answered me. He answered me with a set of dreams. First, he showed me Yahusha's return, but it was the second time he had shown me. The first time was when I was 5 years old. The rapture is not real. I'm not talking about a rapture. I'm talking about his return when he returns on a cloud and then steps off a cloud and he's on the earth, then setting up his kingdom, resurrecting the people that did not get their heads chopped off, and then gathering the 144,000 people, which are all that remain on the earth at the end of the 7-year tribulation. So first he showed me his return for a second time. He showed me a beautiful day. I was standing on the earth with a very, very small group of people. And all of a sudden, I see him on a cloud and he's returning. And every knee bows. I remember there were great trembling. And we all, the small group of people and I, we all fell onto the ground bowing. And then right after he showed me his return, he said, Holly, you have a song and dance. I thought, oh, wow, I really need to figure out what that is. But in the dream, we had a song and dance where it was a literal song. I sang a song and danced with him. And then after that, Abba gave me a series of dreams where he put me on a raft, smack dab out in the middle of an ocean in nowhere land. Way far off in the distance were some islands. But I remember being on that raft in the dream. My belly was full. My body did not ache or hurt. I was not addicted to cigarettes. And I felt good. And the sun in the sky was actually him with me in the dream. And it was a series of dreams. The dreams progressed. He would take me to these different islands. And there were different people I would need to see, pray for, meet, help them get rid of demons, win souls. And it was a constant journey. And Abba would put me in a bubble and move me over land. Abba took me over to Uganda and showed me a ministry that is in him, that is his people. And the dream was ongoing. And it was not just one night that I had the dream. The dream continued on like a movie. It wasn't just a fast glimpse, like a vision is a fast glimpse. The dreams he gave me was ongoing. So in the mornings, when I woke up, I had a choice. I could follow after a lamb, or I could continue to live my way. And I remember the first time one of my dreams came true that Abba had given me. And I thought, wow, Abba, the roads and the surroundings right now, they match exactly that dream you gave me back in 2013. And now here I am. And at the end of 2014, beginning of 2015, and I'm in the very place of the dream that you gave me. And that's when things started to click for me, that I had a choice. I can follow my dreams and chase after a perfect lamb, or I could continue to live my way. It's always a constant choice. It's not once saved, always saved. I'd like to pause right now and say, hey, Joe, and also Blazin', it's great to see you. Thanks for joining me. It's, Enoch walked next to him. It's a process. It's a journey. It's not overnight and boom, there's your miracle. Sometimes it is that fast where a miracle will happen, but sometimes you have to work for your miracle. When you want to stand up and walk again, you do have to build the muscle back to be able to walk, but Abba will get you walking again. The nowadays church has fallen. Heavenly Abba says that miracles follow his people. Where miracles follow me, I've seen my prayers, and I've seen my prayers for others come true, especially when I add fasting. I've seen prayer chains I've joined be answered, and people literally get up from the hospital bed and walk away. But then more often than not, I do see people not have a miracle, not be able to get up from the wheelchair and walk away. I have heard Abba come to me and say, Holly, you're praying with fasting with your pair, your second person for a third party, but they're old. Their body is decaying. They're not going to be able to get up and walk again. But Holly, I'm going to be with them the whole time. I'm going to help them through their pain. I'm going to help them with things. They need to rely on me, and this is how they'll do that. So it's in my will that no one perish. But I love this person and tell this person that I'm going to be there with them through this journey. It's according to Abba's will, his plan, and what he wants. It's in his will that no one perish. It is not in his will that everybody have a miracle and stand up and walk that are in a wheelchair. It is in his will that no one perish. I want to encourage you guys to go directly to him and take a knee and say, Abba, I repent for my sins. There's things I've done wrong. Heavenly Abba, Yahuwah, can you show me things I've done wrong that I've hurt you, but I didn't realize I did? Abba, I want to go through this person called Yahusha. Who is that, by the way? Abba, I think I know you and you're on the throne, but do I really know you? And Abba, who is this Holy Spirit that Holly calls Ruach? Ruach, Ruach Kodesh, Qodesh. Ruach means spirit in Hebrew. Ruach Kadesh is him in spirit set apart to be our companion. And I got a timer going off. I'll be right back. So for internet folks, I'll see you in a flash. And for YouTube, you're suffering through it with me. Look at that, 11 viewers, 11 likes, and I'm about to hit the pause button, which looks like an 11. Yahuwah takes my chaos away in Yahusha Shem Selah. Food! I don't know how much battery I have. I really need to keep you guys on the charger. Or maybe I'll be a pig and just keep all my chicken parmesan and make her eggs and toast instead. Let me tell you, that lady does not get good cooking. Oh, I meant to give her deviled eggs the last time I made it because she loves them. I need the temperature to go down. It's like 400 degrees. Come on, cool off, cool off, cool off. And that's on the highest one. Now I know it's definitely going to be 165 degrees. More than. I cannot wait to bite into this and eat it. Keep going. It's been in there for an hour and a half. Okay, why is it like scorching hot 1 minute and then the next minute, like, yeah, see, there it goes, 160. Yeah, 165. It's approaching 170, and that's the thick part right there. Okay, so I'm good to go. Food. What plate do I want to use? It's not my favorite plate. You know what? This is my favorite plate. I don't know why, but it is. Oh, you bet I'm absolutely eating. Are you kidding? Hey, it's Derek. I'm doing an internet radio broadcast right now. Can't you tell? I'm glad to see you, Yahusha Barukas. Yeah, right. Well, I'm not broadcasting right now. You're going to watch me eat is what's going to happen. That broadcast is on pause for the moment. I need like a spoon. Oh, yeah, it's definitely done. I'm so going to sit down and enjoy eating this. Okay, we're going to sit down and eat. All right. Now I got to fix myself a place to eat. Don't go anywhere. Put you there, and all this stuff back. Sit you there. I gotta remember to get salt. Salt, because I didn't cook it with any salt. Yeah, you know that name, vertically, that's meant to look like a body. We like that, right? That's bad, not Jewish tradition, is it? What do you mean it looks like a body? Where's your biscuit? It's cooking. It's going to take 20 minutes to cook those biscuits. Oh, I got to throw that out before Rumble eats it. This cat with plastic. I'm so hungry. I got to make some deviled eggs because I blow through them. I'll be like, I want a snack, and I'll wind up eating 2 or 3 deviled eggs, like an entire egg. I'm not talking halves. You know what? Maybe I'll tell her I'll just make her the eggs and toast. I'll keep my chicken. Oh, my chicken looks really good. I've cooked for her before. She loves my cooking. I've made her pot roast on a few occasions, deviled eggs, tortellini with homemade Alfredo sauce. I've cooked for her before. She likes my cooking. They're not homemade though. I wish. They're the frozen kind from Red Lobster. You know, Red Lobster's cheddar biscuits. It's them. Let me try to find it, Joe. So there's this right here in the blue lettering. This is modern Hebrew. This is ancient Hebrew. That's Yahusha, Mashiach's name in ancient Hebrew. I think that's ancient Hebrew. And then this right here is, I think, Paleo Hebrew. YH. No, I'm doing it the wrong way. Behold the hand, behold the nail. Looks like somebody going like that. And anyway, so it's just a drawing I made him. So you got Paleo Hebrew, Ancient Hebrew, Modern. That's why I don't get into the Jewish traditions of Yud Hey Vav Hey or Yeshua, Yesh. I don't. It came out good. I definitely put in enough sugar. I am such a good cook. Joni's like, no, you're not. Maybe that's what I'll do. Is I'll give this lady the other half of my chicken. Because this is a lot and she doesn't really eat that much. She's into chocolates and donut and cookies and stuff. You know what I'll do is I'll give her the other half of my piece of chicken with 2 biscuits. I'll give that to her for dinner. I'll tell her like tomorrow we'll do like breakfast for dinner, but tonight you're gonna eat some chicken parmesan, whether you like it or not. Because the stuff like Meals on Wheels used to be halfway decent, but now I guess they changed, and the stuff she gets is just slop. Yeah, I got to figure out a way to set up HTV studios. What? I could always hang it up over the dresser, but I don't want to do that. If I have the bed there and the computer there, it might be blocking the window. I think I've got 3 ideas of how I want to set up my bedroom in the safe house. I think I'm going to go with my first idea. Check it out. And if not, I could switch it around. I could switch it the other way. So, but I want to keep my blanket hung up. As a background. Oh, I feel so much better. Yeah, you know, I could paint my bedroom where I'm going, but why bother? I'm just going to scrub the walls down with water and vinegar. Scrub the ceiling and walls down. I'm going to be on my hands and knees scrubbing that floor too. I want it pristine. The bathroom floor, I'll probably be on my hands and knees scrubbing, but the rest of the house, I'm going to use my carpet shampooer to clean the floors. They're hardwood or hard, whatever they are, Parker Brewer, whatever it is. But my carpet shampooer with the bristles, it'll clean the floors nicely. I know because I've tried it in here with my own floors, and they came out amazing. Oh, that was so good. Maybe that's what I'll do is give her that other piece. And like, yeah, I think that's what I'll do. You know why? Because, hang on a second. I'll be right there. Give me a second. I'll be right there. Excuse me. I have to do this because if I don't, they're going to sit here for a week. And now, all right. We got 5 minutes. We're going to go smoke what I hope is my very last butt, and I quit. So if you got them, smoke them. If not, pretty soon I'll be joining you because I'm not going to have them. I'm giving them up. I'm going to try to quit the vaping too, if possible. I have an idea for that. All right, so the biscuits will be done shortly. That's a nice shell of a real dinner. Yeah, you know what? That's what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fix her a plate. I'm going to give her chicken parmesan with the 2 biscuits. And I'm going to say tomorrow night we'll do the eggs and toast for dinner because I'll eat an egg and cheese sandwich. I actually just bought cheese from the store and she's got eggs. So I'll tell her, okay, tomorrow night we'll do the eggs and toast, but tonight you're getting chicken parmesan and biscuits. I even ate it. I'm a picky eater. I know you're going to love it. And I think she's on I know she's on a medication to help her with the nerve pain. And I think it perks her up a little bit and kind of helps her to feel a little better because, you know, she's older. She's not mobile. It's a huge life change. I really would love to see a counselor come and talk to her because I think it would help her. We try to talk to her, but sometimes just a counselor to say, yeah, well, older people can expect this and older people can expect that. And it's par for the course that you're feeling like this. It's not abnormal. Everybody goes through this at that age, but she's got to want to get up and go. Mm-hmm. She'll show progress for 2-3 days, and then all of a sudden it's like she falls into this rut for 6 months where you have to do it for her. I told her, I said, I know that I'm moving, but we're still going to stay friends. I love your friends, the 3 other caregivers you have. And she's going through some proceedings, and I don't want to talk about her business, but I told her I would hold her hand and walk her through it, and I would still help her through some private affairs that she has going on. You know, I've worked as a paralegal before. Hey, Renee. It's good to see you, Renee. I'm telling you, I hit that lottery. You and me got a date with moguls. It's a double black diamond, so you can watch me fall and break my butt and then laugh and giggle the whole time. Let my new haircut. I love my haircut. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm wearing hats when I love my new haircut. Even though it's kind of wind whipped, it still looks pretty. My hairdresser says to me, she goes, Holly, any girl would die for your hair. She goes, Holly, you can have that really curly, kinky hair, but like I see how you walk in with it, like you kind of have it straight, but even when you have it straight, it's got like these nice little waves. Girls are constantly burning their hair on curling irons, trying to get that perfect little wave, and you've got it. You can have the kinky curls, or you could have like the long kind of wavy stuff. And she's like, you got it made, your hair. When I was a teenager, I always hated my hair because it was curly and I wanted straight hair. Two more minutes, just in case. But yeah, I got nice hair. I love my hair. Like I do. I'm so happy with what Abba gave me. You know, I'm 50 now. Looking back on my life, if Abba gave me any other life, I would have never been happy. You guys better remind me that I've got that internet radio broadcast to go to. That we got to finish. But I am actually going to get my friend a plate together. Oh, you know what? I could use this. I didn't mean to swipe it from her, but I want some casserole dishes. The lid doesn't fit right, but this would be perfect. I got to give it back to her anyway. Let's fix my elderly friend. I got to remember, keep my shoulders back because I'm always like hunched over. We got to get my elderly friend a good home-cooked meal. Make sure I get her enough cheese. Make sure I get her enough sauce. Cut it. Right. Like, I was trying to get it so, like, I could have the 2 pieces of chicken. Gotta, like, keep the sauce in the one corner. All right, that should be enough. I don't want to overkill her with sauce, you know. But then some people really like it. All right, I'll stop. Now for that piece, you know what I should do? Show me your biscuits. I'll show them to you, all right. Hang on a minute. Oh, I'll show you my biscuits blazing. Oh, I'll make your stars blaze once I show you my biscuits. You're talking about the ones in the oven, right? Because I'm only 109 pounds. I don't have any TNA, all right? My goal weight is 125. But it's good, though, because I think I went from like 104, 105 up to 109 pounds. But I know I lost a couple of pounds recently because I ran out of my high-calorie shakes, and I got to order them. All right, all right, all right, all right. I may gotta look at you guys. I'm gonna be anal. I want them perfect. All right. This is still too. This is what happens is I put it on the stove to cool off, and then I forget it's on the stove, and it winds up sitting out all night, and then I gotta throw it out the next day. So that would go there with that, and then so I could put that in there, but it's still really hot. I could put it in a smaller bowl. What's the point of that? Come on, hurry up, biscuits. I'm going to show blazing. All right, I'm satisfied with them now. That should go there. Should go here. And then I gotta put so then it says I have to put 1.5 teaspoons of this herb butter sauce on each biscuit. All right, so where's a teaspoon? That's a half. Oh no, all right. I can't find the teaspoon, guys, so we're gonna have to do half. Hi, James, how are you? I'm glad I'm live too. We're right in the middle of an internet radio broadcast. But I had to stop and eat because I've been starving. And I have to cook dinner for the lady downstairs. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry to bother you. Sorry to bother you. And it's not a bother. To feed another human being is not a bother. So that's one. Okay, that's two. Oh, look at that one. That looks good. Looks like it's got a lot of nooks and crannies to flow into. My hair's itching my face. Ah! And two. Now for the last one. All right, so they all actually are wind up getting 1.5 teaspoons. Golden coin on time for my hot flash. Yes, yes. I've got a great haircut, and I like the way my hair falls, and just, yeah, no more hat. And I know, I wake up in the mornings. I get when I'm cold and I wear my red hat because I'm cold, but I'm not cold anymore, so I don't want to be wearing a hat. I want to look like a real live human girl. What are we witnessing today? With jam and cream in the middle. Ooh, that sounds good. What are we witnessing? You are witnessing me bring my elderly friend downstairs a dinner that she did not ask for and that she's probably not going to eat. All right, so I don't know. One, two. They're this kind. Oh, you got to eat them when they're hot. All right. I'm going to eat one, and then I'm going to take down the food to her, okay? You're going to have to come with me. I'm only going to eat one, but I want to eat one it's good. I didn't like them the first time I had them. I think it's because they were overcooked. Yeah, look on the inside. I needed to cook them a little bit more, but they're just perfectly done. Bottom's not burnt. I think in the UK, biscuits are cookies, but in the US, biscuits are like puffed up bread. Not a cookie. I hope she likes this. All right. That was good. I want to eat the other biscuit, like right now. Oh, I got it on me. All right. Hang on, I gotta see where Rumble is. All right. Okay, let's go serve dinner. Oh, I will. AT biscuit. You call cookies biscuits and biscuits scones. Got it. Okay. All right. Hang on a second, because you're going to come with me. Now, once I go in her house, I'm going to mute you. I'm going to mute you once I go in, but take a walk. Oh boy, I hope she likes it. I know it's going to be a surprise for her. I put a guard around me. Heaven, whatever the hell that thing was, please send it back. Cast it down, get rid of it. And Abba, engage the people directly that just sent that thing after me. And Yehusha Shem Selah. Okay, hang on, guys. Hey, Tim, how are you? I don't think she liked it. I don't think she liked it one bit. Seriously, I don't think she liked it. I think she wanted me to cook her exactly what she wanted to be cooked. I told her, I was like, tomorrow night. I was like, whatever. I'll make you whatever you want tomorrow night. I better leave this turned up a little bit. Anyway, that sucks. 5 o'clock. Almost the end of the Sabbath. They just got repotted. They'll get watered tomorrow. They just got repotted and stuff, so. I told her, I said, I didn't cook it with salt or anything, so you should be fine. I'm so pissed off. I ordered straps for my car, and then automatically Auto Parts refunded me my money and is not sending it to me. And I could have had the parts by now. So I just found this out today. Then I had to turn around and order the part today. I probably won't get it till either Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. I need it to show up on Wednesday. That way I can tell my mechanic, hey, listen, I got the parts. He'll probably be able to pop on those parts in less than an hour. And then I need him to test drive it too. Not beat on it, but test drive it. To me, it sounds like my muffler just got loud. And I just had it replaced. I told her, I was like, if you don't like it, tell me. I'll make you your eggs. But I was like, honestly, I ate it. That's what I made for dinner, and I had so much left over that, I mean, the piece size, she's not going to want more than that. It made me feel good, but I don't think she's happy with it. And she's going to have me cook for her tomorrow night. Then I can tell the other caregivers, stay home. Actually, I might just tell them that. I'm like, listen, I have to cook for her tomorrow. Why don't all you guys just stay home? Take some time out because you've been coming up here every single day and no one's getting paid. We're doing this because we care. No, I cooked my chicken breast, Tim. That feels good. Oh my goodness, my belly feels full. My belly actually feels full. You know what? That's what I should do is when I eat a meal and I don't feel like I'm full, I should get a piece of bread with butter. I should get a piece of bread with butter. Because those 2 pieces of bread really did the trick. Like, oh, that feels so good. I feel good right now. Ah. Oh, you saw that I fixed my hood. Oh, I thought you meant making the old lady dinner must have made me feel good. Oh, I misread that. I didn't even see that before. Yeah, I did fix my hood on my own. I did. Oh, it was easy. Just had a screwdriver to pop out the 2 ends. Like, just looking at it, I would have been able to figure out, okay, I got to pop those out and then it'll just come off. Getting them on was so easy. But yeah, now my hood works. So I could have had that fixed a long time ago. But yeah, that's nice. And that works for me. It made you laugh. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm glad because I'm like, I don't know if anybody's going to laugh. I hope so. I am woman. Hear me roar. See me fix my hood. The accent. Look at what I did. Yes, I did it on my own. Oh, on my own. I'm like, yeah, I'll just talk normal. I fixed it. I fixed it. I also changed my windshield wiper blades once, I think. Those things are a pain in the ass. All right. Oh my goodness, my belly feels so good right now. Like, really, I don't usually feel this good after I eat. Usually I'm still wanting something more. Those biscuits did it. They filled in the gap. I am woman. See me fix my hood. Yeah, it was the hood lift. You know that thing, like when you open your hood, it keeps the hood open. It's called a hood lift. I fixed it. I replaced it. No, I don't have any. Hang on a second. Oh, you know what I need to do? You know what I need to do is take my strawberries and soak them. Soak them for 15, 20 minutes in, I think it's water and vinegar. And if there's any bugs in them, oh, they'll come out. I've been making sure I do that nowadays. soak my strawberries. You're not supposed to put it in water, vinegar, and baking soda. It's just water and vinegar. That's all you need. Soak your strawberries, and then icky things will crawl out of them if they're in there. The love protection strips on. Sounds good, Joe. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. I'll see you soon, Gary. Yeah, I'm so happy that my car is getting fixed. I'm really upset that I could have had those straps by now and probably been getting my car fixed today, but they didn't come. They should have. Now this just sets me back even longer, and I need my car because I'm moving. Achy things is the extra protein. So then next week, anyway, this sucks. I'm never going to get ahead. I don't feel like doing anything now. Like, now that I'm full, I don't feel like doing anything. Ouch! I just hit my head. Ouch. I have a kratom and a smoke. You know, all you ever find is seedless grapes. You never find any other kind. Food, 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 food. Mm. Right? That's a big grape. I remember last year around Passover, they had these grapes at the store. I kid you not. One grape was like the size of both of these put together. It was huge. She better like that dinner. That's a huge grape. I need more. I'm still hungry. You know what? Where's my soup? Where's my salad? Where's my appetizer with my dinner? I'm still hungry. Oh, I would love to have miso soup or French onion. Miso soup right now. I'll take an appetizer, a caviar on crackers. I love fruit. You know what I love? Nectarines. Oh, nectarines I love nectarines a lot better than peaches. I wish I had something else to eat. I know sometimes I just get in a mood to eat. Like I could sit and eat a second dinner right now. I don't want more chicken, but if I had like something else to choose from, I'd sit and eat dinner right now. A second dinner. Did I lose my chat room? I think I lost my chat room. I'll go check it at the computer in a minute. I could live off of fruit. All right. Let me check my chat room. I lost my chat room. I'll be right back. I'm going to scroll. I got to refresh. And now I can see you. Chicken Parmesan. Not breaded chicken, though. I just slow cooked chicken breast in tomato sauce, and then I put mozzarella cheese on top. And then I've been eating, I ate 2 biscuits, and I've had some grapes. And now I'm about to rip into some more strawberries. Ouch, ouch, I pinched my finger. Ow. Get away from that. Yeah, go. Get away from the garbage. Rumble. I said no. Strawberries, cantaloupe, kiwis, grapes. I like raspberries, blueberries, blackberries. Did I lose my chat room again? Miss Hoolie Baglio. Yeah, we're present. I still want more food. I'm still hungry. I'm going to put my hat on. Don't worry, I'll take it off and I'll brush my hair. Get away from the garbage. No, you don't need that. It's not for a kitty. Here. Come on. I tried to give you these earlier, but you didn't want any. Yes. Okay, here you go. Eat them. All right. No. I've already cooked. That's it. She better like what I made her. Too bad. Because that was proper. I got to finish up my internet broadcast. I have no idea what I'm going to say. Pretty much I forget where I left off. I think I was talking about the importance of Abba's name and the importance of listening to him over and above any human person. Ooh. I actually feel full. I haven't felt full like that in a while. It's only going to last for an hour. Watch, I'll be hungry in about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I'll be ready for a second dinner. I want something different, right? Get my eggies. Yes, I get the eggies. And then I devil them. Yes. I do not make them the angels. Nine. I devil them. I turn my eggies into devils. Don't swap me. Makes no sense to have my butt cushion up here. No. What, you want to go out? I don't want you to go out. All right, well, if I'm sitting out there, you may as well. You only want to come out because you're being nosy what I'm doing. Yeah, you're just being nosy. You want to know what I'm doing, don't you? You don't want to go out. It's windy. Oh, wait, I hope there's no birds or anything in the front yard. Oh, is it windy? I'm not going to be able to light anything. Oh, I'm not. Even if I wanted to sit in my new spot in the front and duck down below the wall on the front porch to prove I'm not smoking inside, but also just to be in a better, safe area to smoke. I'm going to have to stay here. It's too windy. Nearly hard-boiled, soft in the middle, 6 times chopped up with a big mug with just butter and loads of salt. Really? I love eggs. I'd be lost without eggs. Scrambled eggs. I put raw eggs in my shakes, deviled eggs, egg salad sandwiches. I like to dip in eggs. I know how to make them. They're pretty easy. You crack them in the pan, right, without breaking them. And then you take a lid cover and you cover the pan and you cook them very slowly. You don't want to have it too hot. You want to cook them real slow and then put the lid on it. And then when they're done, take them out and put them on the plate. They come out perfect. Because like a thin, small, like this thin stuff forms over the top of the egg. Anyway, don't flip them. That's not the way to do it. Why can't the... I want that to come out from underneath my fingernail. Anyway, I hope I didn't lose my chat room again. Well, the only thing I see is Eggy's the right name. Now I got nope. Hey, when it does that, that's me. Reason for it to do that, or I still have to finish my internet broadcast anyway. Ow, ow, ow. I nailed my knee into the door. Thank you, Cole. Innumerable stars, how are you? I really like your idea. I remember telling you that yesterday. Innumerable stars. I may have been incorrectly saying immeasurable stars. Innumerable stars. I am in awe of Abba's universe, where he placed every star in its place. Just amazing. Just amazing. You know, like awesome. I got this big, huge bruise on my knee, and I don't know where it came from, or on my shin. You probably really can't see it, but right now you can see the hair on my legs, though. That's an inch thin right in here. I don't know where I nailed it, but boy, that's me spiraling. I'm sorry about that. I apologize. I apologize. I'm definitely going to have to keep you guys up here. So give me a moment. I'm moving up. Move down, move down, move down. Like Alice in Wonderland. Move down, move down, move down. It's because it keeps spiraling, which you'll probably still do here, but it might be less inclined to. So everybody move down, closer to the router. Well, I'm going to sit on that. So there'll be no feeding the squirrels or chipmunks or rabbits where I'm going. I will not be able to be my regular Snow White. Nope, because I'll be living in bear country. My fellow stars maybe were related. Yes, I don't. I'm still in the middle. Like internet radio is on pause, but I still need to go back and finish it. I wanted to encourage people to go to ABBA, but to do it on their own, and what to expect when they do it on their own, and what to expect when you seek ABBA on your own. Like what would be par for the course? Like, is it a vision? Is it a feeling? Does he talk? And kind of like all of the above, depending. So I do want to finish that, but Bigfoot, where I'm going. Oh, shoot, golden coin. Abba. We're going to have to take a ride around the area, golden coin, and I'll have to show you where I'm at. But it's like if you look at a map, golden coin, and you look at New Jersey and like the top part, it's a straight line. And then right above it, New York State. Right in through there It's nothing but woods. I'm going, okay, probably for each well is better than that, because we can think of it. Timothy, yes. When I talk about the time from before I was born, and I lived on a yellow-orange planet with Yahusha, yeah, you had your own planet too. Other people had their own planets or galaxies, but we were all on our very own individual planet, and we revolved around Mount Zion, because on top of Mount Zion is where Yahuwah's sapphire throne is, with the emerald rainbow around it. And he moved it from Mount Zion to the Garden of Eden, because he wanted to dwell with man. But then man sinned, and man got thrown out of the garden. And now there's now his throne is protected by a bunch of warring angels, but there's a cherub stationed at the entrance to the Garden of Eden. And they have taken the Garden of Eden and the Paradise of Eden, the 4 areas of land surrounding Rupus Nigris, which Garden of Eden sits on top of Rupus Nigris. They have taken all of that off of our maps and just show us water. They want us to think that the Arctic Circle is nothing but water. But no, Rupus Nigris, the tallest mountain in the world, is there. In ancient civilizations, they used to call it Mount Meru. And if you look up things, it'll say, oh, Rupus Nigris or Mount Meru, oh, it's just legend, it's just myth, it's not real. But it is real, because Rupus Nigris is the very rock which makes our compasses point north. And at the top of Rupus Nigris, it's 33 miles across, and that's where the Garden of Eden sits. And the second highest elevation to Rupus Nigris is the continent of Antarctica. What's on the other side of Antarctica? Because it's land. Antarctica encompasses the whole earth. Well, what's on the other side is just the firmament. We'd be able to see the actual legitimate architecture of our world if, the military would let us go down past the 88th degree latitude. We'd be allowed to see from a distance the paradise as well as the Garden of Eden. We'd be able to see Rupus Nigris, but they don't want us to see it. And when he returns, I believe it's going to be there, back to the Garden of Eden. And if you go too far north, it's completely a militarized area. They do not let you go north past a certain point. And I think that's because they have all their weapons right there pointing up and into the sky, waiting for Yahusha to return on that cloud. And I think that's why on our globes and maps, they've taken those areas of land off of it. So you and I would just think that there's only water, and we would not be curious about what's up there. I talk to Abba, and I read and listen to his scripture, and I pray with fasting. And he gives me the answers. Sometimes we go on an adventure for the answers, and sometimes he straight out tells me. So I really implore people to go to him directly for themselves so they can find out where the Garden of Eden is located. It was not washed away with the flood, and it did not sink into the hollow earth. The Garden of Eden is right underneath our noses in the Arctic Circle, sitting on top of Rupus Nigris, which translates to Black Rock. and they don't want us to know. I personally want to travel up to talk to the angel that's guarding the entrance. And I'm going to be saying this and repeating myself until you guys know word for word my prayer and what I have to say. Now think about it. NASA trucks are up in the Arctic Circle. And NASA is always saying how they're coming up with weapons that they can shoot at asteroids and break apart asteroids. So asteroids will not come crashing to the earth. They will not allow you and I up to the Arctic Circle at all. Just like Antarctica, same thing with the Arctic Circle. NASA trucks are in the Arctic Circle. And because that terrain is unfamiliar to us, they take pictures up there and then try to say that that's the surface of Mars when no, it's not. It's the Arctic Circle. And with NASA saying that they have these weapons that can break apart asteroids, so asteroids are no longer a threat, I believe it's a lie and cover story. I believe the truth is that NASA is practicing trying to come up with weapons to literally blast Yahusha out of the sky upon his return. It's going to be all out war. These plastic Christians and so-called nowadays believers are, oh yeah, he's going to return on a cloud and everything's going to be hunky-dory. No, it's not. No, it's not. NASA is preparing weapons so they can shoot it at him. That fifth rider, the fifth rider on the white horse, that's Yahusha himself. He's got a third new name that we don't know what it is. That's Yahuwah, who is also Yahusha himself. That's him, that fifth rider on a white horse. Nobody else is getting white horses. It's just him and his angelic army. His angels look like him. Marzulli, Dean Odell, and all of these other pulpits, they are not getting a white horse. And Abba's not going to turn them into a bunch of murderers, having Marzulli and Odell kill a bunch of people that never did anything to them in the first place. Yahuwah says wrath, vengeance, and anger are his. He's coming with a sword and he's coming to divide. He's not going to put a sword in your hand and my hand and then tell us to go kill and kill other people that never did anything to us. Those pulpits better watch what they preach because they don't make sense. Those pulpits are preaching a message not found in the Bible. They're public, so am I. I'm using my spiritual gifts. Right now, those pulpits, they're in a fallen state. They are not in the will of Yahuwah. And I call them into repentance. I call them in repentance to Yahusha, not to answer to me, but they need correction. And Yahusha's got to be the one to give it, but they're preaching false messages not found in our good book. And that's very dangerous because pastors and evangelists and preachers and people at the pulpit, we are going to be judged more harshly than you guys, the average believer. Or regular follower. You know, you'll be judged, but because here I am at the pulpit, so to speak. I'm not only giving you my testimony, but I teach you about spiritual warfare, how to do it. I tell you about prophecy because he gave me the gift of prophecy. I've seen his return in my dreams twice in my life. My all-time prayer is to see his return. So, yeah, that rapture is not true. If some entity named Jehovah is telling you that the rapture is true, you better fast because only fasting gets rid of principalities and legions. And that's a lie from the pit of hell. And there are things from the pit of hell that pretend to be our savior and they give us false prophecy. They give us a message that's not true. I've seen these well-named pulpits say that there's good fallen angels. Oh, there's good aliens. Aliens and fallen angels are the same exact thing. There are no good fallen angels. And the same pulpit's going to sit there and say, oh, yeah, there's an alien agenda coming our way. Yeah, and you're part of it because you're saying that there's good aliens. You're calling a flying saucer a chariot of heavenly Abba Yahuwah's. Heavenly Abba did not take his chariots and chariots of fire, horses and horsemen, trade them in at Midas, and fly out in a flying saucer. Oh, but Holly, when the flying saucer tilts, it reflects the sun, and that could be like fire, right? No, it could not. That's not a chariot of fire. Heavenly Abba is the same yesterday that he is today, that he will be tomorrow. And this is really good. And this is a part that internet radio is going to miss. I wonder where I started talking. You know what? I'm going to go back through and find out. I'm going to start at 156. See when I started talking at that one point. And then what I'm going to do is on internet radio, I'm going to repeat what I just preached to you. And I stopped about, 2 hours and 1 minute? But I said some pretty good stuff for the past 5 to 10 minutes. And I want that on internet radio. So I don't care if it comes out choppy. I'm going to get the truth in it. Like Yahuwah is the same, that he's the same 6,000 years ago, 5,000, 3,000 years ago as he will be today, that he will be 100 million years from now. His chariots are going to stay the same. We can take his word literally for what it means because he says exactly what he means. People don't want a God of action. They want a God that just speaks in metaphors. Yes, Abba does use metaphors to explain something, like he uses parables, descriptive narrative stories to teach a lesson. But that does not mean the whole Bible is a parable. When he says it would be better for you to chop off your hand than miss out getting into Jerusalem, he means it. But if you read the Bible in full, using the middle column to give you more definition, not to set up a second event, but to give you more definition of what you're reading. Basically, our good book says, listen, if you're a thief, do not put yourself in a situation where you're going to steal. Remove yourself completely and stay away. Have enough common sense, common courtesy, and self-control and self-restraint. But if you insist upon being a thief and you insist upon putting yourself in those situations, then you better cut your hands off, because all you're going to do is steal, 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 steal. And you know what? Thieves do not inherit the kingdom of heaven. It doesn't matter that you say you believe in him. It doesn't matter that you say you know him. You have to live like it. When he says, I am the truth, I am the way, I am the life. Oh, yeah. He's a lifestyle. He's more than a belief. He's more than a knowing. Once you know him, your whole life changes, because you no longer want to live a lie or a delusion. You don't want to live in the matrix of corruption that's been set up for us since we were born, with our jobs and our schools and, forget it, TV, video games, and all the rest, media, movies. You hear the church bells? People don't want the Alua that means what he says and says what he means. They don't want the Alua that means business. They want this powder-puffed, twinkle-toed, daisy passer router as their Alua, as their savior. Listen, my savior is not an Alua of love. I bind and cast away love in Yahusha's name. My Alua is an Alua of everything. He is the most high Elohim. But he is an Elua of everything. And when he returns, it's with wrath, vengeance, and anger. It's with judgment for those who don't live for them. And it's a testing for those who say they believe him. All of us are going through the 7-year tribulation, including the 144,000 that were redeemed from the earth. They already died, but he resurrected them. It's appointed to man to die one time. My obituary would read September 1974 to March 2007. Resurrected March 2007 to present. You know, I'm like, now I'm getting into preaching. That's what I wanted to do, but I wanted it on internet radio. So maybe what I can do is on my computer, go back, and when did I stop talking? At 2:06. So I'm going to shut up at 2:06. Go back on the computer, find where I start yipping, and then I'm going to play that on internet radio and say, no, this is all chopped up, but this is what happens. I'm going to really have to find out how to run my recording from my cell phone. And then in the mornings when I want to sit there in my car talking to you guys, I can just run my recording and then upload it to Spotify and all that good stuff. Because I would definitely like to reach a bigger audience, and I definitely like to give my testimony about the dumbs, but it's just easier if I have an interviewer. I was asking one man if he might come on internet radio and just be the host asking me questions. So it won't necessarily be on his channel, but he'd be doing me a favor. That way I could talk about the dumbs. Get your butt at that computer and start saying stuff. All right, fine. I'm at the computer. Oh, wait, I hope there's no birds or anything in front. Butter and loads of salt. Really? I got this big, huge bruise on my knee, and I don't let me sit on it. There's that, but Bigfoot, where I'm going. Like, if you look at a map, Golden Coin, and you look at New Jersey, aren't you wearing angels? But there's a cherub stationed at the entrance to the garden, too. Other people had their own planets or galaxies, but all right, that's where I started with Tim. I was talking about the galaxies and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to replay it for internet radio. Probably not. All right, well, you know what? You guys are just going to have to hear me repeat myself is all. You know what would be nice is a cup of kratom. I can't even remember what I was saying on internet radio, where to even pick up with it. And I'm looking for something that I can't find. And it's in my pocket. Gosh almighty. There you go. So for internet radio, I'm back, but I can't remember where I left off. I remember a woman recently told me, Holly, I had a similar dream and it was so vivid, just like you're talking about. You were out in the middle of an ocean, out in the middle of nowhere. She goes, when I was a teenager, I had a dream similar, except it was vivid, but I was just floating out in the middle of the ocean. No raft, nothing. It was a beautiful day, beautiful warm water. The sun was out. Somehow I knew God was with me, but I was just floating out in the middle of the ocean. I responded to her. I responded, every dream, and I'm learning every vision too, to go back to Heavenly Abba and ask him what it means. What does it mean? Because he does not keep his plans for us a secret. He also does not hide our sins either. I'd like to pause and say, hey, Zach. And that's right. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And again, welcome to I Want My HTV. Oh, that came out so much better than 33 minutes ago when I first opened up. But I said to my friend, I said, you better go back to Heavenly Abba and ask him what's up with that. Like, did you ever think to ask him? And if you didn't think to ask him, why not? If that dream was that vivid and he was with you, but you're out in the middle of the ocean and there's nothing going on, there might be a huge problem. You need to take it up with him. When I had those dreams with him, I was constantly going back and thinking, Abba, they're so vivid. They're so vivid. He gave them to me in 2013. By the end of 2014, they started coming true. So it is in his timing. But during that time, him and I were working on other things. I had other questions. And, but he's my foundation. I remember in 2014, Abba literally tapped my shoulder saying, Holly, there's something else to get right. There's something else we got to get right. And when that happened, I remember all the demonic attacks I experienced as a kid came crashing back into me and started happening all over, where there were these big shapes that would be right in front of my face. And I'd blink my eyes and it would sink back into the scenery, or these letters and numbers would be flashing in my head. But then all these demonic attacks happened, and I remember returning back to Abba and saying, Abba, oh boy, I remember little gray aliens tormenting me and always being able to see these demonic spirits. But Abba, there's kids in a cage and they're being electrocuted. And I'm one of them. And I cannot believe I actually forgot these memories. Abba, what happened to me? And that's when Abba started on the journey of me deprogramming from MK Ultra. It was him that tapped my shoulder. And all of my memories came crashing back into me. What had happened was I came off 30 in January 2014. I came off 33 prescriptions. Only 12 I was using actively, but those 12 prescriptions had me dumbed down, disconnected. Like if there was a demonic attack, I would have never known because I was on so many prescription medications for my full disabilities. And once I came off of them using cannabis to detox, my memories came crashing back at the beginning of 2014. So by the springtime of 2014, Abba and I were having this conversation of, I was asking Abba, I don't even know what to look up. I don't even know what to call it. And I remember on the internet, these videos, super soldier, super soldier, super soldier kept flashing, and I was ignoring it for months. And then finally one day I clicked on it, and oh my goodness, then I had words to put to what had happened to me. And I needed him to be able to do that because it was so difficult. But I sought him out first. He's the one that helped me get rid of those bad relationships. He's the one that helped me come off the prescriptions. I did not do it first. I just went to him and said, I've been doing it my way for so long and it never works or it never lasts. And I hear that you're the way, you're the way. How do I go about that? What's it like? And he showed me. He gave me a calling. He answered me. He did not leave me dangling. And I've been on a wild journey with him ever since. One of my friends calls me a 4-leaf clover hoarder. It's not that I'm a hoarder. It's just that this one time in 2019, when I had to deal with severe battered women syndrome, something horrible happened besides just that. And I remember every day for 3 weeks straight, Heavenly Abba led me to a 4-leaf clover. In 21 days, Heavenly Abba and I had collected 28 4-leaf clovers and 1 5-leaf clover. So anyway, there's another beeper going off. Watch. And once I go attend to the beeper, I'm going to come back and not remember what I was saying on internet radio. Be right back. All right, there's a buzzer going off. Hang on, wait a minute. And here I am back after the buzzer. And I just want to encourage everyone to go to Heavenly Abba directly for themselves. Talk to him directly for yourself. You're going to meet his sense of humor. He's going to answer you. And begin that walk, begin that journey. But you need to live in his ways. And the church, we're in the last days and end times. They're calling good evil and evil good. People are calling Christian and Christianity good, when in all actuality and honesty, it's bad. Constantine, who Christianized everything, he did not serve the same Alua I serve. He asked his deity if he could have a sign to conquer and murder in, and his deity gave him a cross. Have you ever read Constantine's Creed? Well, you should, because what Constantine did was not good. To be a Christian, you have to renounce Yahusha Mashiach, his ways, his Saturday Sabbath, and you're not even allowed to eat or drink with Jews. And you renounce Yahusha and everything having to do with him to take up the Roman Empire and the Roman Empire religion, which they celebrate on Sundays. And they have nothing to do with Yahusha and his 10 commandments and his feasts and festivals. I implore people to read Constantine's Creed and look into Constantine, because people are calling him, just like King James, they're calling those people good when they're not. The first book King James ever wrote was demonology. The reason why he rewrote the Bible, was because when King James rewrote the Bible, he wrote in all of his demons. Lord goes to summon Baal. And notice how King James plays games with the capital and lowercase letters of Lord. We're supposed to figure out what he means based on capitalization or lack of capitalization in that word. Lord replaced YHWH, which is the tetragrammaton. Lord is not the tetragrammaton. YHWH. YHWH means behold the hand, behold the nail. Yahweh. Not Yahweh. Not Yud-Heh-Vav-Heh. Someone came to me and said, oh, Holly, I've been a Christian for 70 years now, and Jehovah told me the rapture is real. Well, of course, he's going to tell you the rapture is real. He's an imposter to our Savior. The number one thing that universities, schools, employers, churches, ministries, what they don't teach you is spiritual warfare. They never teach you that. They never teach you about the imposters to your Savior. When our Savior walked the face of the earth, he spoke ancient Hebrew. There were no V's, J's, and E's. So his name's not Jesus. And in spiritual warfare, I've met that entity, Jesus, and I bind and cast it and its legions down in Yahusha's name. I'm not being doom and gloom, but in all honesty, the number one thing you need to learn is spiritual warfare, how to bind and cast away, how to wield the authority that Abba loans to us. And the church and online ministries, Abba says miracles follow his people. And 98% of the people online and face-to-face that you guys follow, none of them have miracles following them, and none of them have spiritual gifts, and none of them are operating in those spiritual gifts. And when I try to talk to them about my spiritual gifts, they look at me like I got 4 heads, sometimes like I got 16 heads. And it's like, well, wait a minute, you call yourself a man of God or a woman of God, and you don't have any spiritual gifts? Another thing I cannot stand, it gets under my skin. When people call someone a man of God that does not live like a man of God. Or if they call someone a woman of God that does not live like one. I cannot stand, even when my own friends do that. Oh, well, so-and-so's the man of God. No, he's not. No, he's not. And whatever voice that you're serving says that that person is a man of God is the wrong voice. He doesn't live right. He doesn't keep the Saturday Sabbath holy, going to the store, spending money, making other people work, celebrating the same holidays that Freemasons and Satanists and Luciferian practice, which is Easter, Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Halloween, St. Patty's Day. What other holidays you have? You have that one day Christian Passover, then the Jewish tradition of Hanukkah, and all of those other holidays. That person is celebrating all of those holidays. They don't even keep all 10 commandments. That person is not a man of God. That person is not a woman of God. I don't care how godly they sound. Let me see their actions and I'll tell you all about them. Do they celebrate Christmas? Oh, Holly, I know it's not his birthday, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, Holly, but my whole family gets together then. Oh, but Holly, listen, you're not living in his ways right now, which means you're not giving him any reason to think that you're going to live in his ways for eternity. You're not even doing it now. But you want him to answer your prayers? What voice are you listening to that allows you to eat unclean and do not feel remorse? What voice are you listening to that allows you to do whatever you want on the Sabbath? What voice are you listening to that makes it okay for you to indulge in Christmas and Easter? Because that's the wrong voice. Oh, Holly, just because I do not eat babies doesn't mean I'm like those people who worship Ishtar. You're celebrating the same day they are. You're cooking a meal the same way they are. You're celebrating the same day they are. Krampus, you know it's not Yahusha's birthday. You never once celebrate his 4 feasts and festivals, but you always make time for Krampus. And bad kids get eaten on Krampus Day. Oh, but Holly, I don't eat kids. Yeah, but you're celebrating the same holiday the Luciferians, Satanists, and pagans celebrate. There's no difference between you and them. Oh, but I believe it doesn't matter what you believe. Look at your actions. Your actions tell me what you believe. You obviously do not take your creator seriously. You obviously want that watered down gospel where you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, and be forgiven. And you're just automatically going to go to heaven because God's good, right? Yeah. That to me sounds more like Satan than it does Yahusha. You know you're living wrong and you do nothing about it. I remember not this Saturday, last Saturday, how I felt so bad because I wound up going to the store because I needed something. And I felt so bad that I broke the Sabbath. And out of every single person that I spoke to, I was the only one that repented to Abba for not keeping the Sabbath holy. And then people wonder why their spouses don't respect them, they wonder why their kids are disrespectful. They wonder why everything's going wrong in their life. Well, you have no respect for the Sabbath or any of his other 10 commandments, but you expect him to be at your beck and call, but you do nothing for him. You don't care to get his name right. What feasts and festivals have you celebrated that are his? I know that everybody's made way for Christmas had an extra Christmas just in case family members missed out, went out of the way to make New Year's dinner. Oh, but Holly, I made this big spread and nobody ate it. Only half the family showed up. They're so ungrateful. You go out of your way for birthdays of people that aren't grateful to you or for you. You go out of your way for Easter. You go out of your way for all of these different holidays. President's Day, Valentine's Day. But you never once have spent any feast or festival with Heavenly Abba Yahuwah that he has ordained and anointed. Not one. When Abba says only one God will be, two gods cannot serve a house because one God is loved and the other one is hated. Yeah, Yahusha's always hated because look at everybody. They're celebrating all the pagan holidays, but they're not batting an eyelash at the Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of Trumpets, Feast of Weeks, Feast of Unleavened Bread, First Fruits with the Passover meal. They don't care about any of that. They've never attempted to spend any time with Abba on those days. And then they want me to sit there and do Bible studies with them. That makes no sense to me. To be honest, that makes no sense. Why would I do Bible studies with somebody who talks, but doesn't walk it? I'm walking it. I'll do Bible studies with somebody else who's walking it, but I prefer to do them on my own and by myself because Yahuwah is my rabbi and he teaches me directly, solely, and securely. If I need to know something more, if I want to know something more, Yahuwah guides me to videos or people that have the answer I want, or he just straight out tells me. I rely on him for everything. But why would I listen to somebody give me advice when that somebody disrespects his Sabbath and doesn't repent, when they and their family just run amok doing whatever they want, going shopping, don't even care, don't even bat an eyelash. Because the Abba that I serve, he's an Alua of action. He says what he means. And that's it. Hang on a minute. Oh, I need sugar. Hey, rumble. People want that watered down gospel where they can do whatever they want, but so long as they're good and so long as they love God, Yahusha outsmarted everyone. When he was asked of what 10 commandments are the most important, when Yahusha said, love your God and love your neighbor. When he said that, he's basically saying, hey, listen, all 10 are important. All 10 are important. The first 4 commandments tell us how to love Alua, our heavenly Abba Yahuwah, and the last 6 commandments tell us how to love our neighbor. We are to the greatest things of heaven are those people who obey all 10 commandments and tell others to obey all 10 commandments. Hell. Hell ranks last in the kingdom of heaven because hell does not obey and keep all 10 commandments, and hell does not tell others to obey and keep all 10 commandments. I walk my talk, so Abba, when he looks down, he can go, yeah, there's Holly. She's entering into my rest on the Sabbath. But look at all these other so-called people. Look at what they're doing on my Sabbath. They're not resting with me. They're not even apologized for not even resting with me. They're going to the stores, going to the gas stations, going shopping, going and doing whatever they want, making other people wait on them hand and foot. Look at the other people that, for instance, get vaccines. They don't repent to him for not relying on the immune system that he built them with when he knitted them together in their mother's womb. My cat's going to jump on the table. I can see it now. I don't see people repenting to him when they break their commandment, when they break his commandments. What they think because they're a believer or because they're saved or because they're baptized that they're automatically going to get into heaven. So it doesn't matter if they have something wrong. Actually, yes, it does, because if you have Yahusha, you have truth in all manner. If you have Yahusha, you're going to have the truth in all matters. Rumble. Okay, this is not going to work. You cannot rub on the microphone. Okay, this is not the place. Okay, not the place for the kitty. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Oh, Rumble. Oh. Just. Oh. Okay, just get down. All right. All right. No, that's not where I want you to go. Okay, you're actually in my way. If you could just lay down. If you're not going to lay down, then you have to go. Oh my God, you're like, oh my God, you're tired cub. Look at you. Oh. Don't get mad at me. I always think that it's so easy to be honest with Heavenly Abba, but it's so difficult to be honest with other people. You know, it's easy to tell him the truth. It's other people that make it difficult to be honest. But go to him directly for yourself. He's going to come back and bless you with spiritual gifts, and only he's going to be able to teach you how to use them. The church isn't going to be able to teach you. These online ministries are not going to be able to help you. They're not walking in spiritual gifts to begin with to even be able to help you. They're all out of whack. They're not even covered under the blood of the Lamb. When Project Bluebeam is used with voice-to-skull technology, it's going to be used on all these so-called believers because they're living like Freemasons, but trying to sound like they're a modern-day disciple to Yahusha. He said, go out and make disciples of the nations. I see a bunch of people talk, but looking at their actions is very different. I remember going to conferences and they made people ham sandwiches. Yo, Yahuwah, whether we're at this point or not, Yahuwah has called all of us to eat clean. And you're going to hold a conference and serve pig at it when you're commanded to follow in his ways. He says, if you love me, follow my ways. Well, the number one way to prove that you don't love him is to live how you want to live. Live any old way you want. Eat your bacon. Eat your shellfish, because that's not living in his ways. And to do things like that, you're proving you don't love him. But when you live in his ways and you eat clean, and well, I do not have money to go out and buy a new wardrobe of linen, but if I did, I would. But I eat clean. I live in his ways. On Hanukkah, I work on Hanukkah just like he was in the temple working. I don't take it off. That's Jewish tradition. Yahusha rested on the Sabbath. I rest on the Sabbath. That's it. Unless my ox is in a rut. But I got to ask you guys, why would you listen to a pulpit evangelist, priest, pastor, or anybody else who talks at you, tells you how to live, tells you to love your Savior, but then turns around and celebrates all these satanic and Freemason holidays? Why don't you listen to somebody who lives in Yahusha's ways, who celebrates his feasts and festivals, who actually do walk next to him, who are actually covered under the blood of the Lamb, who actually have dreams and visions and have the gift of prophecy, instead of people that just try to talk, and at best they might have 75% of the prophecy correct, but that's 75%. When Yahuwah gives me a prophecy, I get 100% of it right, because Yahuwah does not make a mistake. 75 or 80% of the prophecy, that's not good enough. I need the full 100%. And if you are a real prophet to Yahuwah, then you'll get 100% of the prophecy correct. What's the gift of prophecy? I'm glad you asked. The gift of prophecy is when you see his return in your dreams. When you actually see him on a cloud returning to the earth. And when he shows you that, that's not all he shows you. But that is the gift of prophecy, seeing Yahusha's return. The gift of prophecy is all about Yahusha, nothing else. It's not about you foreseeing these other events like the healed head wound or something else. No, the gift of prophecy is solely when you see Yahusha's return in your dreams. Do you know what you do when Yahuwah tells you something twice? Nothing. There's no amount of prayer and fasting you can do to change his decision. You have to go to him directly. I see so many people mixed up with churchianity and mixed up with religion that there's no talking to him. You can't talk to them. They're never going to listen. Oh, Holly, I was called out of the church. Yeah, but you're still living like you were living when you were a part of it. You're still doing your Sunday thing. You're still in your churchianity and into all your false doctrines. You wonder why you can't get rid of demons. Well, you believe in false doctrine like the rapture or the key of David, which says that sex happened in the Garden of Eden between Adam, Eve, and Satan. And Cain came out from Satan's seed and Abel came out from Adam's seed. That's a bunch of hooey fooey. The love gospel, which is so long as you love, you're okay. Or the covering gospel, where people say, Holly, come to me and pray to me instead of God, and I'll cover what you need. I'll get you what you need, but you stop praying to God and you just come to me directly. Never do that. You always go to Heavenly Abba directly for yourself. Take out all middlemen. You're going to miss, if you believe in coincidences, you're going to miss Yahuwah speaking to you. If you believe in NASA, You're going to miss out being able to take Yahuwah literally when he explains how he created the earth and the firmament above us. If you believe in NASA, then you're not listening to the correct voice. Humans are at their all-time dumbest and lowest and weakest. We are the only people known in this since the dawn of man. We are the only human beings that think and believe we're on a spinning ball. All the other ancient civilizations knew that we're on a flat earth with a dome over us, and the stars, moon, sun, and planets revolve around that firmament. And above the firmament sits Yahuwah's throne. And what's happened? All right, so I'm going to stop it there. I think this is a pretty good show. I know I did jump around quite a bit, but I'll get better. I'm going to figure out to see if I can record from my cell phone, broadcast for internet radio. I don't know. I got to figure out this technology. But anyway, I really appreciate hanging out, and thank you guys so much for everything, and thank you for your past 1 hour and 3.5 minutes. I hope to make it a regular thing that I keep popping up on Spirit Force. But for now, I want to say thank you so much to everyone. Golden Coin, thank you for joining, and everyone else, I really appreciate it. This is mirrored on YouTube. It was a good flow on YouTube, but on internet radio, I only have an hour recorded for them, but 2 hours and 50 minutes recorded on YouTube. Anyway, I do appreciate the time. My love and barukas to the Spirit Force family and FringeRadioNetwork.com family. I love you guys. And Heavenly Abba, all praise, love, glory, worship, and honor be to you. In Yahusha's name, Selah. All right, guys, I gotta go. I've been on here like way too long all day. Maybe I can, no, I don't, no, I cannot come back. I just need to go and get off away from the camera and give myself a break and like think of what I want to broadcast next time. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. Thank you.